Some say it's a hard life, but it's hard for us all. I'll always hold on.
In 10, 9.
Assalamu alaikum. Dr. Phil unfortunately is not in today. I will be replacing him. I am Dr. Phil's Aziz. We have a very special guest here today, Miss Fatima Herizas. Welcome, Miss Fatima. Is it Miss?
No, it's not Miss. It's just Fatima Herizas.
Fatima Herizas. Okay, so talk to me, Miss Fatima Herizas. How was your week been with what happened with Matt Walsh?
Oh my God! Don't get me started. Is that really your first question?
Okay. Why are you gay?
I'm not gay. I'm just non-binary, and that's all I'll say about it.
You are gay. So tell me, Harizas. Tell me what is non-binary? Why you dress like women?
Okay, I'm not dressed like woman. Okay, I chose to be this way for the sole reason to get away from being compared to Siraj Hashmi. Have you seen how that turd looks? I swear to God, the next person who compares me to looking like Siraj, I'm gonna shoot myself.
It's why I thought you were gay, because you look
I
like
would
Siraj.
much rather be harassed by Matt Walsh and be accused of looking like a woman than to look like that gay incel lib.
Well, you look like a woman. Can you tell me what a woman is?
It's whatever you want it to be.
No,
It's a feeling.
what is woman? You
It's
can
the
tell
friends
me
we made along the way.
personally, from your personal experience. You personally tell me what a woman is. Can you say?
It is again. It's the friends we made along the way. It's the some say it would be your jihad. You know how you people like to say that everything is a
I will
jihad.
tell you. I will tell you what a woman is. Okay, a woman is dish soap, dishes, cleaning, making sandwiches, cooking. This is woman. You do these things?
No, I don't do these things in particular for anyone except for maybe myself.
Oh, so you are a woman.
Okay, we can go that route.
Okay. So tell me your journey. Finding out you're non-binary, or are you planning to chop off your penis, or
No, it's still very much there in case Siraj Hashmi ever dies and I have to take his place.
Oh, got you. Okay. So do you consider yourself trans?
No, just non-binary for now.
Just non-binary. So not man, not woman, just gay.
Until I have to become an incel lib, then yes.
Okay.
But things are looking up.
Like your penis is up right now?
Well, for only a particular person, but that's only on the horizon. I got a very special someone.
Oh, very nice. Who is this someone?
Oh, it's a very lovely person. It's Candace.
Candace. Who's Candace?
You look freaky as shit with that, by the way.
Right? I mean, it's like my eye is kind of like really.
Twitching.
It looks like I got punched in the face a couple of times.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly how that shit looks. Habibis, welcome
That's exactly
to another
how it looks.
episode of Habibi Power Hour.
People are killing themselves. They are anxious. They are depressed. They are lonely. That is why we need to end it, more than any inconvenience that it's been to the rest of us. I think...
Will you take President Biden to picture that? Do you think you played with the political
It's a great asset. More refreshing. What a stupid son of a bitch.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. كيفنا حبيبيز؟
كويس الحمد لله، وأنت؟
أنا الحمد لله. الحمد لله.
What's going on, Habibis? I'm Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Jay Kobbe.
We're the Habibi Bros. Welcome, unfortunately, to another episode of Habibi Power Hour. How you doing, Jay?
I am doing wonderful.
That was, I mean, we really should have probably done this sooner because it almost became too predictable for the Habibis to be like, yeah, that person on Dr. Phil was totally Siraj debating that wall.
Absolutely. It was only a matter of time, especially because of the beard. And
Yeah.
I want to change into my shirt, but like I don't want to get fully
No.
naked.
No, don't do that. Just leave the shirt off. Ooh, yeah, do it
Hold
slow.
on. I mean,
Ooh.
isn't this going to get us banned off of Twitch? No, it doesn't. This
No,
doesn't.
maybe we could put some music behind it. Let's see if we can put some music behind it.
You can do that.
That was good for the moment. I feel like we had to put it to basically StreamYard's version of pornography music.
Right.
So that was good. I like that. As always, Habibis, we are live on Rumble as well as YouTube and Twitch. So you can go ahead and check us out on all of them platforms. And as always, if you want to support us, hit us up on the Patreon, patreon.com/Habibi Bros. We're going to keep this short because we recorded last night. We had Susanna McIntyre on. If you watched that live, a very good conversation. That's going to be our premium episode dropping later on this week. And a very fun episode. So cheers to Sarah and Susanna for joining us.
Susanna.
Well, we had Sarah Higdon on Friday. Then we have Susanna McIntyre joining us this week. And Sarah says it's the second time on the shirt today. Is there an echo? Is there an echo in here? Is there an echo? Are you getting an echo?
There's no echo.
Okay. Well, I'll just connect.
Like my balls. Thank you very much, Gain Trust, for the $10. Jay looking thick boy. Let's go. Right? I got back into the Gain Trust.
Extra thick.
Extra thick.
Same here, Jay. I'm extra. I'm feeling quite extra thick. It's been a minute since it's been like 2.5 months since I've been at the gym, but here, we're back at it.
Let's go. I mean, it's better late than never, honestly.
Yeah. Honestly. So so glad all of you can join us. As always, you can follow Jay on Twitter at Aslick and Spencer Sachs at Spencer_Sachs. Habibi Bros at Habibi_Bros and me at Siraj A. Hashmi if you haven't already. Jay, so it looks like Russia's invading Ukraine, are they not?
I believe they are going to. It's not like they have anybody to stop them. I mean, we're going to just have to wait until Biden gets up there and tells them to cut it out. That's what they're scared of. That's exactly what they're scared of.
So do you think that we are only reaching this point because we have a Democrat in office?
It's not because we have a Democrat in office. It's because we have Biden in office.
Okay. So specifically, Biden, who is, can we say a Russian asset at this point? Do we think he's a Russian asset?
I mean, he's helped them build their pipeline.
Right.
He's
the
made
Nord
us
Stream.
less. He's made us more dependent on international oil. He's stopped giving defense measures to the Ukraine. I mean, he's done a lot of things that just make you question whether or not he's the guy who got actually pissed on.
Good point. If there's a P tape out there, that's on Hunter Biden's laptop.
That is exactly where it's going to be. If there is a P
Probably where
tape,
it's gonna be.
it's going to be on Hunter Biden's laptop.
But
the PP tape.
Maybe the P tape was always Hunter Biden and basically everything involving him.
I believe so.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, the only guy who's nastier than Hunter Biden is me.
So Jay,
Except I don't have any kids out there because I only come in the ass.
I was just gonna try to save you there, Jay, because Hunter Biden probably did some pretty illegal shit on that front. So I love that look of realization. He's like, oh fuck. Why can't I hear you?
You can't hear me?
Oh no, I can hear you. You just got silent for like a good minute right there.
I know, because I was just thinking about like what I was doing to Dan's mom and realizing that some of that stuff in some states can be considered illegal. I was just really going through my head.
A couple things. So basically, the latest happening right now between this the brinksmanship between Russia and Ukraine is that the U.S. and NATO gave formal responses on Wednesday to Russia's demands that NATO pull back forces from Eastern Europe and bar Ukraine from ever joining the alliance. And then Russia insisted for weeks that the United States provide written responses to the Kremlin's demands before it would decide on its next course of action, while asserting that it had no plans to invade Ukraine. Both Secretary of State Antony Blinken and the Russian Foreign Ministry said that the American ambassador to Moscow, John Sullivan, had personally delivered the U.S.'s written response to the ministry. Jan Stoltenberg, the NATO Secretary General, said NATO had also sent its reply. So, Jay, they're basically sending notes in class. It's like, do you like me? Will you invade me? Yes, no,
yes
maybe.
Or no. Yes,
yes, no, maybe.
Yes.
yes.
It's just gonna have two fucking boxes, yes and yes.
So I mean, we're looking at. I mean, Jay, how like on a scale of 0 to 100, with 100 being with absolute metaphysical certainty, to quote the late great John McLaughlin, what's the likelihood that Russia invades Ukraine and we get into an open military conflict with Russia?
Open military conflict? I don't think we're going to get into a military conflict. Okay. I think what's going to happen is that they're just going to take over and nobody's going to do anything about it. The UN is an absolute garbage organization that is completely fucking useless. And all it does is drain funds from countries that are involved in it, especially the United States. While the UN has been in place, there has been like 6 or 7 genocides that happened that they were sworn to protect to make sure it doesn't happen. Why the fuck do we pay billions of dollars to this organization just for them to lay over and rape kids? It makes no sense. The most they've done is fucking child traffic children.
Yeah, I specifically recall the United Nations being formed to prevent genocides from ever happening again. And yet you have, as early as I can remember, when we were growing up, you had Rwanda, you had the Bosnia, you had Kosovo,
Myanmar,
you had
Kosovo,
Myanmar, you had Syria. Where else?
And you have China right now with the China, Uyghurs. Yeah. And they're not even putting any sort of pressure on it or doing anything that is actually detrimental to China and forcing them to stop because they don't care. The UN doesn't care.
And it obviously gets worse with the International Olympic Committee continuing to allow the 2022 Winter Olympic Games to proceed in Beijing in in less than a month, I should say.
Yep. It's and the other people who have been pulling out are citing COVID reasons because nobody has has balls. Nobody is.
They don't have balls.
They don't have
They have
balls.
0
They're all
balls.
fucking pussies. They're fucking pieces of shit. They
I tell
cannot.
you-
They're cowards.
Jay, that person, Addison, the non-binary person who went on Dr. Phil with Matt Walsh, they have bigger balls than any of these fucks.
Right. They do.
Essential.
And essential 100%.
No, notice how I correctly gendered them and used
You
the right
did.
pronouns.
You did. You can use the right pronouns while saying like
Yeah.
what kind of genitalia they have. I think that's fair.
Yeah,
I think
balls.
that's very fair.
Yeah,
Balls.
Anyways,
2 more than we have.
That is true, since ours are locked respectively in our spouses and girlfriends' purses. Hi, Kate. Kate comes through saying, Siraj, you should offer to take it out of China and hold the Olympics in Beijing. We missed you on the show. We missed her.
Yes, we did. What do you
yeah.
think is going to happen? Do you think there's going to be a?
So I think right now, open military conflict. I probably put it at 31%, meaning 69% not likely going to happen.
Very nice.
Yeah. So I the reason I say that is because and I would probably agree with you in that Russia will just take what it wants, and the U.S. is just going to be like, we're going to sanction you, and Putin's just going to be like, suck this dick, and then we're going to be like, oh, you just all over my eyes. Biden's gonna wander around aimlessly with Putin jizz on his face. That's basically how we're gonna.
It's what's going to happen. How are we going to sanction them more? And we already gave them their pipeline. So what are we going to do? Yeah. And there's already NATO allies that are doing secret.
We're gonna do exactly what Sarah said on the podcast the other day. We're gonna just bomb brown people like you, Jay.
Absolutely. That's the best way to do it. Inshallah. Putin's taken over all of these places. Where's Mohammed? Excuse me, Mohammed. We got some business to fuck you over with.
Yeah.
It's just it's fascinating. It really is. This whole thing.
Dan Wants Pizza says Siraj's balls barely take up any room in Emily's purse. That is essentially 100% correct. Jay, what are you drinking tonight? I know I'm drinking water, but what are you drinking?
Japanese whiskey.
Excellent. So we're gonna try to speed through this. The next story that happened, it looks like what's his name? Stephen Breyer, the Supreme Court justice, one of the liberal Supreme Court justice. It was reported that he was going to resign at the end of his term, which the 83-year-old. It was leaked. That's the fucking scandal of it, is that it wasn't even him who announced this shit. It was
he was pissed.
Dude, he was
supposedly there's reports that he's pissed over it being leaked.
So pissed that it was leaked, and there's a P-tape now on Biden.
Yep.
Right?
I think so. Right. Breyer pissed on Biden?
Stephen Breyer pissing on Joe Biden.
Pissed on Joe Biden. This would be interesting.
He's pissed off at Joe Biden, so he then pissed on him later.
I'm gonna laugh my ass off if this causes him to take back wanting to retire this year. That would be hilarious.
Shannon Bream says multiple sources tell me Justice Breyer was not planning to announce his retirement today. They describe him as upset with how this has played out. We still await any official notice from his office and or the SCOTUS Public Information Office. She continues, a bit more clarity. I'm told Justice Breyer had firmly decided on his own to retire and that an announcement was due very soon. And while it appears someone jumped the gun on that, better to characterize him as surprised by events today than upset. I don't buy it, but
I don't either. I think he's upset.
He's apparently going to announce on Thursday alongside President Biden. This is the earliest, at least for in the calendar year, of any term within the Supreme Court, at least within recent memory, that a Supreme Court justice announced that they're going to retire. Usually it comes up on the end of the term in June, and we're talking January. So Faye Beebe says, Siraj, we're going to speed right through this. Emily sighing resignedly. as always, dear. Faye Beebe apparently was feeling a bit under the weather. Hope she feels better. And luckily she's getting a dunk in on me. A little
She's always good enough to dunk on us. And dunk on me.
So the likely replacement for Stephen Breyer is one particular judge on the DC Appellate Court, Ketanji Brown Jackson. And this Reuters tweet says that Brown Jackson can make history as the first Black woman justice, boasting a varied legal resume, including representing criminal defendants who could not afford a lawyer. I'm pretty sure that's supposedly are they talking about pro bono work?
Yeah, pro bono work or like a public defendant or something. Like,
so you mean like what a lawyer normally does?
Right. She's great at it though. And what's really hilarious about it
That's just weird. That's just like weird framing. Like why would you lead with that? Why don't you just like highlight one of like her number of other accomplishments if there are any? Why would you just be like, oh, she did pro bono work? Yeah, that's like saying like that's like saying she takes care of her kids.
Right. Well, it's because the only real important aspect of her is that she's Black and a woman. That's the only important thing about her. That's the most important accomplishment, asset, whatever you want to call it. That's the most important thing she has going for her, is that she's Black and woman.
So Danielle says not pro bono, but court appointed. So look, I don't even know based on that tweet whether it was pro bono or court appointed. It doesn't matter at this point.
Right.
Does Reuters like hate this woman? Do they really like just want her nomination to fail or stall in the Senate if she gets nominated? Because that's honestly that's
what it sounded like.
That's like basically saying, you know, Jay, if I got nominated to be a Supreme Court justice, they'd be like, Siraj, who never worked a day in his life, somehow gets nominated to this post, and he did the phenomenal thing of offering Jay a job when he himself was unemployed.
But I've always had a job. I've never been unemployed.
Fuck up, you're unemployed like me, you live.
Oh, okay, I apologize. Okay, I'm unemployed just like you right now. Well, the thing is like if Biden promised a gay incel lib to be on the Supreme Court, that's how they would push it. They would push it like just but look, it's a Black woman. Hey, we were promised a Black woman. Now you gotta give us a Black woman.
And this is what I am really hung up by. It's like they lead with that shit. They lead with saying we are nominating a Black woman, and that is it. It's not like we are nominating someone who's qualified, who just so happens to be a Black woman. It's not. And then, it's always leading with the identity, and they just at this point they just do not give a shit about what anybody says about anyone. And I don't know, man.
The most important thing that is about you according to the left is your skin color and your gender. That's the most important thing, because they think that's how you be inclusive. And how you show diversity.
I mean, but it's not unheard of for the right to do the same thing. I mean, I think wasn't Reagan the first president to nominate a woman to the Supreme Court? Was Sandra Day O'Connor?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean,
and he also who nominated the first Hispanic?
It's also a Republican. That was Barack Obama.
No, before Sotomayor. It was a male. It wasn't a female.
Who was Hispanic on the Supreme Court that was a male?
Not on the Supreme Court, but it was nominated, I think.
Oh man, I'm lost.
Nobody. It was Sotomayor was first.
Yeah, I thought Sotomayor was the first.
Was she? Okay, I'm wrong. Yeah. I forget who.
Kay High says, I promise to pick someone on the color of their skin, not the content of their character. Joe Biden. Nice.
Exactly right.
This New York Post tweet says, could be credible. Speculation ramps up that Harris could be Biden's Supreme Court pick. How much of a doozy would that be, Jay?
This would be fucking insane. This would be hilarious. I really hope he does it, because the thing is they're so done with her being the VP that they'll just throw her out as a nomination for Supreme Court. That's so good.
Honestly, Jay, that would be the smartest fucking thing that Biden could do, would be to nominate Kamala Harris as SCOTUS, because, again, nobody fucking likes her. Nobody. And nobody. And she would, like, I feel like he would, I think, Kate Hyde said this best. Kate Hyde, again, she's been having a day. She tweeted out something along the lines of, maybe I can pull this up, because this is just, it's too good. I don't want to fuck it up. And knowing how my name is Siraj Hashmi, I will fuck it up. So let's
fuck up.
I got it right here. I got it. We're going to share that screen and we're going to show you this tweet. It's beautiful. Let's zoom in on that puppy. Biden should tell Kamala he'll make sure she has a seat on the bench and make Kamala resign. And then Biden reveals he didn't mean the Supreme Court. He just bought her a new bench. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. That would make that his approval ratings would skyrocket to 69%.
Inshallah, mashallah. Nice.
Mashallah, alhamdulillah. Faye Bibi says the first Hispanic justice was also a Jew, you anti-Semites. Ever heard of Cardozo? I have heard of Cardozo. Justice Cardozo, School of Law.
I've never heard of Cardozo, because I don't do deep dives into Jewish history, Faye. I don't do that. It's against Hezbollah. I mean, I'll deep dive in a Jewish ass for sure. That doesn't go against.
Interestingly enough, Cardozo was Portuguese and Jewish.
Well, it's still Latin, isn't it? Is Portuguese Latin?
It's Hispanic, yeah.
Right. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
So, Wait. Was this guy nominated? Cardozo?
He was an associate Supreme Court justice from 1932 to 1938.
Oh, okay.
Nominated by Herbert Hoover.
Did he make it into the Supreme Court?
He made it into the Supreme Court. He was a Supreme Court justice until he died in July 1938.
MashaAllah. Breyer should do the same until 2024.
Carl Ferris. Carl Ferris is pushing back on this, saying Portuguese is not Hispanic, it's Portuguese. Well, Carl Ferris is apparently a bigot, so...
Right. Portuguese is not Hispanic, it's Portuguese.
Carl is a racist.
Absolutely. Snapshot this. Record this. 100%.
Racist right here. Carl Ferris.
That's what it is. That's what it is right there.
Yep.
I wonder if you eat ass, you can tell the person's religion or not.
So Spencer is really pulling for me to read this Bill Crystal tweet, and I guess
I know he's going up and down, up and down, up and down. I know he's learning. Fired. He's learning, but still fired. He's learning, but still fired.
Bill Crystal, and people have been trying to dunk on this all day, and I got to tell you, this is clearly I think it's a meme. I think it's a shit post from Bill Crystal. So I'm not putting this on the list, but I'll read it for you. Bill Crystal tweets out, straightforward from here, June 30th, court overturns Roe. July 1st, Breyer resigns, says court needs aggressive progressive justices. July 4th, Biden picks Harris for court. Harris resigns as vice president. July 5th, Biden picks Romney as VP, says national unity needed for the world crisis. Shoot me right in the face.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Straightforward from here.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful.
It's amazing. It's amazing, and it's going to be amazing to watch people running after Cinema and running after Manchin and trying to force this nomination to go through before November. You're going to see it happen in the media. You really are. You're going to see a NPR article on why I already forgot her name, but I know she's a black woman, would be best suited for Supreme Court. And then you're going to have an Atlantic article.
Brown Jackson.
Yeah, thank you.
Jackson.
I should have just said Jackson. That's what I should have said.
You know, Jay,
I should have just said Jackson. It's so interesting that the black woman last name is Jackson.
No, I was just going to say, it feels like a prerequisite that anyone nominated to the Supreme Court has to have 3 names at least.
At the fucking least.
Essentially. You have Amy Coney Barrett, Ruth Bader Ginsburg,
Mujahed Kobbe.
Siraj and Hashmi.
There you go. There's 3 names.
There we go.
We're right. We're ripe and ready, baby.
Hold up.
Ripe and ready.
Hold up. Are we ready for a Supreme Court Justice, Joy Ann Reid?
I swear to God, if that happens, we're burning this shit down. I swear to God, we are going to burn. If it's Michelle Obama, fucking Joyanne Reid, like any of these fucking people, we are burning this shit down completely. Scott Bay, the other Bay brother, they're both Bay, Scott Bay and Blake Bay, who needs to resign. Whoever is selected to the Supreme Court, they should vote to overturn the Hillsborough City Council election. Absolutely, Bay. I am with you 100%. Not 50-50 like being Bay, but I'm with you 100%.
Essentially. 100%.
Essentially.
Stop. When are we getting also Supreme Court Justice Nicki Minaj or Rachel Dolezal? I tweeted that Rachel Dolezal should be a Supreme Court Justice.
Yes.
First black woman to be the Supreme Court Justice. I love it.
I do too.
But, yeah. But we should also be prepared for Supreme Court Justice. Where is it? Is it here? Johnny Sins.
Yes. Yes. He'll be coming, and instead of putting the hammer down on to adjourn, he'll be clapping your mother's cheeks. This is the same smile I have when I shave my beard. This is the same smile I have when I'm with Dan's mom. Exactly the same thing. Cool story. I learned my thrust. No, I'm just joking. I didn't know. I can't last as long as this guy can. It's like 2 minutes and I'm done.
Supreme Court Justice Donkey Dick and Supreme Court Justice Candace Owens, or just leave it.
Oh my God, no, not Candace. Oh my God.
And then, Carl the racist Ferris says, I actually just learned who this guy really is, and I hate you all.
That's a lie. Carl, that's a fucking lie. No way. Courtney's not watching this, Carl. Courtney doesn't watch this. We know exactly you knew who this was. This is a lie. This is a complete
Stop the cat.
Lie.
Stop the cat, Carl. Lie. All right, we're halfway into the show. Jay, I told you we'd speed right through it. What's our next thing on the docket? Biden does something that fuck, I'll just play.
Why are you saying anybody want to friend card? Would you take President time to make that? Do you think it plays with the political liability?
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
What a great asset. Inflation is a great asset? What is he trying to say there?
Hold on. How great would it be if the hot mic cut him off that said, what a great ass?
That's it. That would have been great.
Then his approval ratings would skyrocket. I would have to vote for him in 24.
He's not going to make it to 24. I would be a Biden fan if he did. I would be a Biden fan. But it just didn't make what a great asset. What a great asset. I think he meant what a great question. What a stupid son of a bitch.
I actually want to pop over to our Rumble feed because we actually got a pretty active chat tonight. Gagnastiac says, funny, Habibi popped on my feed when I was going to listen to Salty. I was ready to hate on it. 30 seconds later, I subscribed. Thank you, Habibi. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coffee Bird says, yeah, the show is pretty good. And then says, Coffee Bird then says, sadly, Rumble is not super active for them yet, though. Inshallah, we'll be. We actually, just this past week, hit 10,000 subscribers on Rumble, which pretty big deal.
Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah. Thank you
Alhamdulillah.
guys. Inshallah. I mean, it's because just so Rumble users understand, we use a web program called StreamYard, and they're just not linked up yet like everything else is, where we're able to click on questions like we can from YouTube or
well, I have
Twitch.
I have a Rumble. I have the Rumble. I mean, like I could literally share the screen right now and show the chat, but of course, I want to make all of our viewers suffer, so I'm just going to literally show you exactly. I'm going to zoom in here. We're going to look at where's the chat. Where'd it go? Oh,
it's
God,
on.
Rod,
You have to scroll. You have to scroll to the
scroll to the top.
Yes. Everybody's going to enjoy this boomerness right now. If you're just joining us, we are boomers as fuck.
Yeah, now we can finally see your comments on the screen. This is the only way I can really do it. Otherwise, I'm just boomering it up. Yes, anyways, back to our conversation about Joe Biden calling Peter Doocy a son of a bitch. A stupid son of a bitch at that. Trump attacked the press all the time. Everyone got all their panties in a bunch, and it was like, he's attacking our democracy. Oh, Brooklyn Dad Defiant, aka Damon Toll, tweets out back in November 2018, rude, petulant, unpresidential. Trump's treatment of Jim Acosta at this presser is uncalled for. Every single reporter needs to press this toddler in chief. The way he's acting, you think his party just lost an election. Hashtag Trump tantrum. And then on January 24th, in the year of our Lord, 2022, saying, President Biden called Peter Doocy a stupid son of a bitch. Where is the lie? So, there's another. Joe Walsh. Grab your musket, Joe Walsh. Grab your musket, Joe
man,
Walsh.
this is the biggest. Joe Walsh, honestly, is the biggest like flip grifter there was. He was seeing how well like the likes of fucking Tom Nichols and like all these other grifters were doing, and he was doing the same thing. Tom Nichols is a gapatit. I think I have nicer tits than Tom Nicole. I think. I mean, I think they're like.
I've seen them. I think I've seen it. I think I've seen the titties, and they're pretty nice compared to.
Thank you, sir.
To Tom Nichols.
Thank you.
To Tom Bitch Tits, who, by the way, he tried to bother me up by responding to one of my tweets earlier today. I can't remember exactly what. It was about how I get a visit from the FBI every time I drop a bombshell on YouTube. Anyways, Joe Walsh, who actually, I will say, Joe Walsh is actually a very nice person in real life. If you ever meet him, very engaging, which is very weird considering his persona online. Joe Walsh tweets this in March 2018. This isn't difficult. It's okay for Trump to publicly criticize Chuck Todd. It's not okay for the president of the United States to publicly call Chuck Todd a son of a bitch. Come on. And then on January 24th, 2022, Joe Walsh tweets, I prefer a president who calls one reporter a stupid son of a bitch than a president who calls the entire American media the enemy of the people, but that's just me. Wow. Just wow. And George Takei, another similar back-to-back right there. Thank you again to Defiant L's, who is, I'd say probably a Habibi at this point. And
yeah, he is.
June 2020.
He's such a Habibi.
He is such a Habibi. In June 2020, George Takei tweeted, a word on the targeting of journalists in the protests, the erosion of our cherished press freedoms through constant attack on the media by Trump is directly to blame for this. His rhetoric puts our brave news reporters' lives at risk. Stand up for them. We need their truth. And then January 24th, 2022, George Takei tweets out, my only critique of Joe Biden calling Peter Doocy a stupid son of a bitch over a hot mic was that he didn't do it sooner. So there you have it, folks.
It just all of these things, especially like Chris
Oh.
Hayes.
Yeah, that's the Chris Hayes one. Saying today, on September 23rd, 2017, tweeting out, today the president called American citizens who express their political views sons of bitches. Chris Hayes in 2022 tweets out literal LOL. So there you go.
It's amazing. Like all of these people are just completely showing us how full of shit they were during the Trump administration. Every one of them calling like all of this stuff is like detrimental to democracy. He's calling people this and that when it comes to this and that. And now every single one of them are just silent over this type of shit or egging it on, enjoying it, praising it, all of this type of stuff. When we were told doing this to any journalist is detrimental to democracy. And to Doucey's Peter Doucey, Peter Doucey.
I'm not going to correct you. I'm just going to let you keep going.
Okay. So to Peter Doucey's credit, the way he responded to it right after was in a joking manner, very joking, lightly took it to heart, all that kind of stuff. If it was Jim Acosta would have gone and rented out a neck brace and been like, I was murdered.
No, when it happened to Jim Acosta and they took his White House press credentials away from him, Fox News standing with him, and then you have Jake Tapper coming out this week saying, I don't know if Fox News would ever come to the defense of
amazing.
If the president called one of our reporters a son of a bitch. Brett Baer literally did that shit. Fox News put out an actual statement. An actual statement saying they actually stand by Jim Acosta and his right to be there under the First Amendment. It's insanity. And
it's amazing.
Forget so fucking quickly.
It just goes to show exactly how full of shit these people, especially Jake Tapper. Jake Tapper is the biggest full of shit piece of garbage. We're on Twitch, so I don't want to like keep on saying like he's a gahba, he's a bitch, he's a piece of fuck, he's a coward, he's a son of a, all this type of shit, because it's true. He's a fucking fake. He is a fake. If he wasn't, he would have gone to the defense of Doucey exactly the same way that Fox did for them over Acosta. When Acosta took this shit to 11, he made it pretend like he was going to get murdered or some shit. All of these people pretended like Acosta and co were going to be thrown into political jail and stuff. They had segments on it saying that this is coming near and all of this shit. And then all on my face. And then this here, they're totally silent about it, and they just chose to forget. They chose to forget how they acted those 4 years. All of them.
Yeah.
They forgot exactly what they did, how they acted, what was done to them, how people responded to certain things. They decided to forget it completely because they're full of shit. They're fake pieces of garbage.
And they show their ass every day. Hakirat says, Assalamu alaikum, Habibis. Hakirat said, hello, sir. Hello, sir. Frostbite on Twitch says, I don't want to keep saying these things since we're on Twitch. Keep saying it anyway. Nightmare says, hi guys, I am new here. What is going on, sir? Hello, sir. Welcome to stream. Welcome to Habibi Power.
You are now a jihadi. Thank you for coming, Nightmare.
Now that you're on the FBI watch list, congratulations.
Absolutely.
Great. So, for those of you who are just new to the stream, I'm Siraj, and this is Jay, and our producer Spencer's here as well. Spencer, get in here. Say hello. Your mic.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Spencer. You're fired.
Every time, just go away, sister. Just thank you. Goodbye.
Get the fuck out of here, Spencer. I swear to God, I'm gonna shoot you
every time. Look,
time.
we are already the boomers here. You're supposed to be the next generation.
Yeah,
you're supposed to be the next generation.
Supposed to give us
I
hope.
am the next generation boomer.
There you go. Well, we appreciate that. Betty Weiss, she went on Bill Maher this past week, and this is what she said.
No, I'm done with COVID.
Oh,
I'm done. It's
yeah.
like I went so hard on COVID. I
remember.
Sprayed the Pringles cans that I bought at the grocery store, stripped my clothes off because I thought COVID would be on my clothes. Like, I did it all. I watched Tiger King. I got to the end of Spotify. Like, we all did it, right? And
No, we didn't all do it.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of us did do it. And then we were told, you get the vaccine. You get the vaccine and you get back to normal. And we haven't gotten back to normal. And it's ridiculous at this point. I know that so many of my liberal and progressive friends are with me on this, and they do not want to say it out loud because they are scared to be called anti-vax or to be called science denial or to be, smeared as a Trumper. I'm sorry, if you believe the science, you will look at the data that we did not have 2 years ago, and you will find out that cloth masks do not do anything. You will realize that you can show your vaccine passport at a restaurant and still be asymptomatic and carrying Omicron. And you will realize, most importantly, that this is going to be remembered by the younger generation as a catastrophic moral crime. The city of Flint, Michigan, which is 80%, I think, minority students, has just announced indefinite virtual schooling. In the past 2 years, we've seen among young girls a 51% increase in self-harm. People are killing themselves. They are anxious. They are depressed. They are lonely. That is why we need to end it more than any inconvenience that it's been to the rest of us. I think it's a pandemic. It's like, at this point, it's a pandemic of bureaucracy. It's a pandemic of bureaucracy.
All right, so that's Betty Weiss, who has formerly of the New York Times, went independent, and look, there are a lot of conservatives praising her, and there are a lot of people, and it's not like Barry Weiss she's never really identified as conservative. She's always been somewhat of those disaffected liberals who refuse to be canceled. She's now starting her own university. That's anti-cancel culture. And, there are several things that come to mind. For one, I appreciate her description and characterization of the pandemic. She calls it a great moral crime rather than using some hyperbole, saying it's like the next Holocaust or the next Jim Crow or Jim Crow 2.0. She just says it's a great moral crime, which, yes, everyone can just, who is opposed to the lockdowns, can say, yes, I agree. It is a great moral crime. The fact that we've allowed this to fester for so long and people have been duped for so long and people have become addicted to fear. The statistics the studies that they've done, the statistics that they found is that people who have been double vaxxed and boosted actually still have a greater fear of getting COVID than people who have not been vaccinated at all. So we're literally, it's not, somehow the real pandemic is fear.
It is. And it just goes to show that these are the people that watch CNN, that watch MSNBC, that are just full on fear mongering this whole thing. And the biggest moral crime we've seen that has happened here is to the kids. It's to the children. They are still in mess 8 hours a day. They have to be in mess when they're outside in like fucking 18-degree weather in New York when they want to go eat or go enjoy recess. They have a learning deficit in this country that is going to affect us for generations.
Developmental, not just even learning, but developmental. Just think of the social. Yeah, just think of the social defects that are going to fester with a lot of our young people around the world, not just in the United States, but in Europe. I mean, the thing is, like, every single area around the country is handling it different. It only seems like the Western world is handling it in a way that is just so, like, with kid gloves, like everywhere around the world. Like I've heard stories in Pakistan, they just like don't give a shit that COVID's still happening. They're just going on about their lives, like here in Florida, which is great. I love it. It's fucking incredible. But like, if you want to wear a mask, but don't fucking force me to wear a mask. Don't mandate that shit. Don't mandate vaccines. And these experimental treatments that they're pulling away. Some people I think the FDA removed its emergency use authorization for monoclonal antibodies this past week.
From Florida.
Saying that's like, from Florida, saying it's like ineffective against Omicron. Jay, I don't know what the motive is behind that, but it sounds to me like if you're gonna pull treatment, you better have a good fucking reason. You better show us fucking evidence that it's actually not working.
Let's put on our conspiracy caps.
Yeah, where's mine? Here, hold
on. So get yours. Go get yours.
Okay.
So I believe get that shit on. Let's go.
Hold on, Jay. Just give me a sec. Jesus.
What kind of hat is this, man? Holy shit.
All right, we're ready.
All right.
Let's go.
So we're putting on conspiracy caps right now.
Okay.
So my theory on this shit is that they're trying everything that they can to hurt places like Florida. DeSantis, right. I believe DeSantis and Florida has done almost every single thing right during this pandemic, and it made the administration and the CDC look like complete garbage. All these experts, every single one of these people, complete fucking dumb garbage. That's what DeSantis in Florida has shown these people to be. Because this year in 2021, between the ages of 18 to 35, more people died of fentanyl overdoses than COVID. And the thing is, COVID is not detrimental to people who are aged 18 to 35, who are healthy, who don't have underlying diseases and all that kind of stuff. We could have continued our life as normal between those ages. People who are healthy, people who are able to go on with their lives, to their businesses, all of that kind of stuff totally normally. Here in California alone, more than 100,000 businesses have closed down to never reopen. 100,000 restaurants, not just businesses, restaurants, just restaurants, closed down to never be opened again because of this. This is a great fucking disaster that we caused on people, not COVID. The government caused on these people and caused on these kids.
Absolutely. And if I were to keep my Jen Rubin hat on, I would argue that specifically doing it to try to pump up Florida's numbers and make it look like the anti-lockdown approach to COVID doesn't work. They want to kill as many people as possible and get as many people sick as possible, remove all the treatments that get people better, because let's put it this way. Who has the most to gain by Florida plunging into basically one giant grave? Who, Jay?
Biden.
Boom, Biden. Because we all know that Ron DeSantis is probably going to run for president in 2024. And he is the biggest threat to not just other Republicans, but the Democrats, because he's governed in a relatively purple state, although it's been trending red for the last half decade or so. And he's been very successful at it. And the libs are fucking pissed. And they will literally do anything they can to try to destroy him. And honestly, that would even include killing people that live in his state to do so.
I believe it. I really believe it.
Well, there you go.
That was our conspiracy theories for the hour.
I like that segment. We should do that. We should do that more. We should do that weekly.
I think we should. I'm gonna go ahead and get some aluminum foil and make it.
Yeah, inshallah. Yeah, maybe I should do that too. Let's bank on doing that as a segment. Although I do like wearing the wig.
Well, aluminum foil turbans
on top of the wig.
There you go.
Boom. Happens. There we go. So because we're trying to keep it short, we have a couple other stories. First of all, congratulations to Big Papi David Ortiz on being elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame of Red Sox floor. I'm a big Sox guy, so this is great news. Kurt Schilling didn't make it. I'm not a big look. Kurt Schilling is a great baseball player. I don't think I think specifically he didn't make it because of his. He had some inflammatory, incendiary remarks, particularly invoking Hitler. And I don't appreciate that. But again, like, he should be judged on his baseball career, not on his politics or his views. But, that's the Baseball Writers Association of America. That's their call. And then the steroids era players like Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens failed to make it again. And this was for all three of those players, Schilling, Bonds, and Clemens. This was their last year of eligibility. Jay, I know you're not a big baseball guy, so I
like really not at all. The only baseball player I know is like Babe Ruth and Robertson.
Jay, I feel like if you would probably be more invested in baseball if it involved putting two balls together and then licking in between.
No, my favorite thing about baseball are the videos I watch where they slide into the first baseman's ass. Those are my favorite videos.
Those are pretty good. I honestly,
they're
I agree.
Fantastic. Are fantastic.
That's usually what I root for too. So, yeah. Anyways, our last story is that the McMinn County in Tennessee is banning the graphic novel Mouse, spelled M-A-U-S, and it's a Pulitzer Prize-winning graphic novel. Now, okay, Pulitzer Prize really doesn't have much. It ain't the flex it used to be. You have Nicole Hannah-Jones saying like, "I won the Pulitzer Prize." Like, no, fuck out of here. Some things were deserved. Some things were deserving of a Pulitzer Prize. Look. I'm gonna stand firm on this position and saying banning books is wrong, and I don't care if it's a liberal school board doing it or a conservative school board doing it. Banning books is wrong. I don't care for what reason. It better be a great fucking reason. Like say pornography for kids, which you could probably make an argument that like kids should not be shown porn. But like a graphic novel about the Holocaust, that's what you're banning.
You could
really.
make it.
It's not even that bad. I read it in grade school. It's not that bad. They made two.
Spencer, you're still in grade school. Come on.
Call it fine, whatever. but still, like those graphic. They use mouses using cats as Nazis. Like it's very, very bland. Like it's not like it tells you an experience. Doesn't like explain it in a way of like, oh, to terrorize kids, more like this is what the world was like back then. Like that's what it is.
Yeah, like if you're ever gonna ban anything, we should go with not Papa P suggestion and banning the Habibi Power Hour. You should never show Habibi Power Hour to kids unless they.
Honestly, the way that teachers are right now, especially in blue states and stuff, and I honestly think there needs to be a huge parent movement in order to take back what is being taught to kids in these schools, because they're banning this book, but you still have teachers going up and saying, "This is my pronouns. I'm coming out to my kids. This is sexuality. This is all this type of stuff." And they're like fucking 9 years old and shit. This banning this book does nothing, and it takes away from kids learning. What we should be doing is purging and finding out these teachers who are being protected by teachers unions, who are in these blue states, who are corrupting our kids, who are teaching them these Marxist fucking stupid ideas, and who are actually grooming kids as well. There is a huge problem in schools, public schools, and elsewhere. I mean, it's fucking insane. And the biggest person that's helped push this to the forefront is libs of TikTok.
Yeah, I will say this and just saying it's not exclusive to just blue school boards and blue states, because I've seen some school boards saying you got to teach both sides of the Holocaust, and I don't know if that's like a fucking misprint or what, but every time I see it, I'm like my jaw drops. Like, you can't be fucking serious, right? Like that there's two sides. Like what? How the fuck do you get to that point where it's like, oh, you got to teach both sides of the fucking Holocaust? That's where we've approached as a society. I don't know.
It's
Fuck
weird.
it. Anyways, we got a couple more minutes. Let's take a couple quick questions in our favorite segment called Ask Us Anything. And go ahead and ask us your questions across Twitch, Rumble, YouTube. Go ahead. Our asses are you. Please ask us your questions.
Yes. In our face. I want your asses questions in our face.
Yes. Oh, Dan Wants Pizza says, "Where's Earn?" Great question. I'm gonna
Go get him. Go get him. And Bean Dude is asking, "Where's my Earn postcards?" Well, Bean Dude, I promise you, he's got them ordered. I think you're going to be seeing him soon. I'm not 100% sure. I'm trying to help him, but I don't know. Over on Rumble, Coffee Bird, does Spencer drink milk and let his cat lick it off to shave?
No, I don't really get the what's that question? I don't really get it.
Well, it's because you barely have a beard, so it's easily shaved off by a cat's tongue.
There he is. It's the buddy.
There we go.
Nate BB says, "Where's my Earn postcard?" You'll be happy to know I just got it in the mail. Professor Pupper says
on Twitter, because there's questions on Twitter as well. If you go and follow Habibi _Bros on Twitter, you could be also asking questions there. And Professor Pupper is asking, what are Aslikin's thoughts on coffee liqueur? It's great, especially when you mix it with Bailey's. Or actually, Buffalo Trace has a creamer as well made from their bourbon, which is really good. I kind of like it more than Bailey's.
Very good. Very good. Any questions anywhere else? Blake By says what is that? KS. What the fuck is KS?
Kansas.
Wait, Blake's from Kansas?
Yeah, isn't he from Kansas? That's why he's a Chiefs fan.
Oh, I thought he was from San Francisco because
he's
bisexualness.
Right. Just
resign. My Kansas Capital insurrection was a failure today. Why should I not resign?
You should resign.
Tahano Habibi asks, what is your favorite bourbon?
I actually have a tattoo of their logo on my shoulder. It's Angel's Envy.
Yeah. Step Hen Fairy says, how do y'all feel about Neil Young versus Spotify? Does anyone care? I don't. I just think it's hilarious that Neil Young thinks he's important enough to say it's either me or Joe Rogan. And Spotify's like, okay.
It's fucking hilarious.
Okay, see you, sir.
Okay,
see you. Okay, see you.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
bye-bye. See you, bye. There's on Rumble, Crypto Corbett asks, are we watching the fall of modern day Rome Empire, the USA?
Are we?
I mean, if we don't, like, to be honest, there's a lot of, to me, let me get this back on here. I feel like we slowly are, and it was something that has happened since the late 1970s, early 1980s, and it's happened with indoctrinating children, and it's what we're seeing right now, exacerbated with public schools. How they're teaching, capitalism is bad. Here I'm coming out like this. Here are the pronouns. If you don't think your gender is this, you're really this, and blah, blah, blah. All of these themes that are being taught to fucking 9-year-olds to 12-year-olds to even 18-year-olds. These people do not have the cognitive ability to understand what is being fed to them. And they're being groomed. Maybe not sexually groomed, but they're being politically groomed. And until we actually go in there and be like, no, you pieces of shit, a teacher's job is to say 2 + 2 = 4, and that's it. Not 2 + 2 could equal 5, or 2 + 2 could equal, 69. And actually, little Timmy, let me show you what 69 is. Like, no, that's not what teachers are supposed to be.
Frostbite on Twitch says, did you see Acosta compared Virginia to a Soviet-style police state? I did see that. Apparently, Virginia under Glenn Youngkin is basically Russia.
It's amazing. It's amazing that we have these people in these places that are supposed to be journalists or reporters giving their opinions like this. And we're not supposed to come out and say that they're fucking full of shit. You can't claim to be a journalist or a reporter and you say shit like this. You cannot, because you're not. You're a political activist, and that's what like 99% of what is in CNN are. They're all political activists. Cable news is propaganda, either by Fox, MSNBC, or CNN. And Acosta is a piece of garbage fucking propagandist. Same thing like John Hardwood. How the fuck is John Hardwood still a White House correspondent when we saw those emails on how he's favorable to spin shit to the narrative of Hillary Clinton or to the narrative of a Democratic admin?
I honestly forgot that Harwood worked for CNN still.
It's amazing. They have no credibility whatsoever when they have people like this. When they have Don Lemon as an anchor, when they had Chris Kiyomo on there for as long as they did, like none. Zero credibility. And people who watch them they're delusional. They're fucking. I have family members that watch this shit. You know how you had these articles that came out saying like, "Oh, my conservative father watches Fox. He's so brainwashed." It's the same shit on the other side with MSNBC.
They didn't realize they were getting brainwashed. They didn't realize they were getting brainwashed by CNN and MSNBC. It's fucking insane. Anthony Anderson has a question. Who will President Ern nominate for the Supreme Court? Ernie, who are you nominating for the Supreme Court? Ernie? Hey.
Your index finger. It's your index finger. He wants your index finger.
Who you nominating, bud? Who are you gonna nominate the Supreme Court? Who are you nominating? Huh? I guess we'll have to wait. We'll never know. He keeps it close to the vest. When I'm even doing this for real, have you ever wanted to a book? Yes. Yes, I have. Many, many times, both on and off.
I've had some pages of a magazine get sticky.
I think he meant to say, like, have you ever wanted to write a book, I think, or do a book, something like that.
Did you write that comment, Spencer? Spencer, is this your alt?
No, my alt.
Why are you covering for him?
I'm just saying. I don't know who it is. I would guess. That's my guess.
Wild. Anyways, Jay, we are approaching our 69th minute here, so we're gonna end it right here, because we got a brand new premium episode with Susanna McIntyre coming out later this week. Go ahead and sign up to our Patreon at patreon.com/Habibi Bros and catch that full episode. But if you really want to watch at least part of the interview, which is actually a good chunk of it, we put at least the first hour on Rumble and YouTube after that. So, but if you want to catch the full thing completely unedited, go check it out. There's in the description below if you're on Rumble or YouTube. If you're on Twitch, though, well, I really can't help you.
You should have been there live.
On my Patreon. God, I love this. Every time it shows up, you can't see anything. Comments. It's a novel. It's so great every single time. Kills me. Anyways, Habibis, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's been 69 minutes. We actually on StreamYard says 69 viewers on the show, even though we have a lot more.
Very nice.
Rumble, but very nice. I am Siraj Hashmi.
I'm Jack Kobbe.
We'll see you next time on the Habibi Power Hour. Appreciate y'all. Ma salama. Be safe.